we can formally get started. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lorenzo. I'm the CEO of Creative Zone. And this is another Creative Zone webinar / CZ Connect, which is a platform where we bring together successful entrepreneurs, successful startups. And today's theme is on women in business, women in leadership, famous entrepreneurs of Dubai, the 10 or 11 ladies that we have here with us. Thank you, ladies, so much. I cannot thank you enough for connecting here with us and to telling your story and to sharing your story with us and with our network of today.
Thank you so much.
So maybe
thank you.
The idea of this is that everybody is going to get about 5-6 minutes each to introduce who you are, what it is that you're doing. As I said, this is going to be seen throughout all our channels and we're going to promote it quite heavily. So hopefully this is going to give quite a bit of good exposure to everybody. So maybe Emilie, Davies, I wanted to get started with you. You're the founder of Allocation Assist. We're looking at your company, what you do. Tell us a bit about your journey so far. When did you come to Dubai? When did you start with this company?
Sure. Yes, so I first came up, we're a medical recruitment company. So we specialize in introducing highly skilled doctors and nurses to the most renowned and advanced hospitals in Dubai. I first came up with the idea of starting this company. It was in like 2014, 15. At the time I was working as a nurse in the UK for the NHS. And I'd heard through a colleague about the working opportunities in Dubai and in the healthcare sector. And so I just started researching about it from then. And like the more I was researching about Dubai and the opportunities here, the more drawn I became to this industry and this country. So initially I was looking for a job here as a nurse. And when I was searching for a job, I just found it so difficult, to find out specific information, like which hospital was best for my skill set, the licensing, the lifestyle and accommodation and all these things. I really struggled to find the information. So that basically inspired me to start my own medical recruitment company to help healthcare professionals who want to come specifically to Dubai. Because what I found was all the recruitment companies that I was speaking to, they were just sort of spread quite wide, So I just wanted to focus on Dubai because I realized there were so many hospitals here and a lot of potential. So that's how it started. I just started building a company. I was working full-time as a nurse at the time. I started with nothing, no finances, no business experience. I don't have any business in my family. So I just literally started traveling out here. I used to save up the money and just come to Dubai and just visit the hospitals to do my research, find out, the challenges in the market, the demands. And then I just built my company around the demands of the market. So it took about 3 years. Just over 3 years to build the company. And I was, working full time as a nurse. So I was just doing it on the side, building the business on the side. It took about, 13 or 14 trips before.
I can imagine now, given the situation that the health industry has really needed a big sort of growth in terms of its capacity, people. You must have been very busy in the last few months.
Yeah, we've grown, our business has grown so much in the last year. The business took off 2018. So that's when I moved to Dubai, permanently, when the business was stable and started to grow. But yeah, in the last year, especially, we've grown so much. Now we have, there's 9 staff members and we're working with the most renowned hospitals in Dubai. We're so proud of our clients and we've introduced a significant amount of very highly skilled doctors and nurses to the Dubai healthcare system. We're now expanding out to Abu Dhabi. It's very exciting. There's so much potential.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, to the ladies connected here, the other 10 ladies, I'm sure you all have either connections or people that you know, whether in hospitals and healthcare facilities. It would be great if you want to reach out to Emilie, see how you can cooperate, how you can work together on this. I'm sure many of you have good connections. So the idea of today is exactly this. See how we can leverage on each other's experiences, connections. So Emilie, put your email address there on the chat. Include your LinkedIn page as well. To the people viewing this webinar as well, connect with Emilie, see how you can maybe complement one another on the work that you guys do and what Emilie does. Any final few comments or what you would like to say today, Emilie?
No, just thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really honored to be part of this, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Good, good. We look forward to also supporting you here from Creative Zone and see how we can work with you and do a bit more. Stay around, don't leave us, because I'm sure you're going to be able to contribute a bit more to the rest of the stories.
Yes.
We can continue with you, Jennifer Blandos. Jen, how are you? Good afternoon.
Hello, I'm great. How are you, Lorenzo?
Good, good, good. Well, we actually recently met through your husband, who is a good friend of mine. We met at the mall over the weekend, and I knew about you and what you do. So please tell our audience who you are, what you do. It's quite an interesting story, what it is that you do.
Yeah, so I'm the managing partner of Female Fusion here in the UAE. And Female Fusion started nearly 6 years ago by Kelly Whitehead, who founded a Facebook group. And it originally started as a Facebook group. And I think a lot of ladies, even on here, were probably there in the very beginning days. I know Kelly was, and Shraddha. And so there's a lot of women, I was as well. And it was basically a group where we could post questions about business and get support, because the whole UAE can be quite complicated. Being an entrepreneur is lonely enough, but then also trying to work out, what's the correct license? Where can I get a bank account? I have this problem. How can I get an office space? And so it was really a support network for women. And it grew and grew from being a few hundred women, and then they invited their friends and they invited their friends. And now we have around 15,000 women that are part of that Facebook group. So,
and I've seen the platform is, you guys are so active when it comes to the level of conversation that goes there. Even our company, Creative Zone, we were raised a few times, and we're keeping a close eye on the conversation and what are the questions being raised.
Yeah, well, and that's it. It is a really special group, and I feel very honored to be one of the faces behind Female Fusion with Kelly, because it is, women are so much stronger together, and when we're able to support each other. And one of the things that we realized as well is that there's only so much you can do with a free Facebook group. Because it is on Facebook. And so one of the things that we did do last year in September is we thought, okay, we need to offer more. But to be able to offer more, we needed to have something like a membership. So we created a premium membership in September. And look, it's reasonable. It's 150 dirhams a month. It's not expensive. And I know Shraddha's part of the group, Maria is part of the group. And it gave us the opportunity to be able to offer more. So we have an online portal where there is so much information, and everything from legal, HR, setting up your business, PR, marketing, copywriting, anything and everything. And then also we have a lot of webinars. So we do 2 free webinars a month, and that's anything from like automation to systems to finance, anything that people would need to run their business. And we're constantly listening to our members to hear about what they need, whether, for example, this month, one of the things that we are finding is a lot of people were quite stressed out and feeling burnt out. And so we focused a lot more on well-being this month. So we've also focused some of our events. We held a fantastic event down at the beach where we did yoga and sound bowl meditation and a few other workshops. And our members said, that was exactly what I needed. I just needed to go there to not think about work, to connect with other members, because, being an entrepreneur can be really lonely. And if your friends aren't entrepreneurs, they don't get it. right? You know, like I've had businesses for close to 20 years, and you know, like as much as your friends and your families love you, they don't understand the process that you have to go to, why you're working long hours and why you're going through all of that. And so the network that we've set up has turned out to be a really special place where women can make those connections, but they're also winning business and creating connections. Like the amount, and Kelly and I are really surprised at how much business women who are in the network are actually winning, and their businesses are growing, and they're connecting and making partnerships. So they meet women that they never would have necessarily met, and they're like, oh, actually what we do is quite complementary, or maybe we could be working together. So we've seen, and I see Shraddha nodding her head a lot because that happens. You know, we have free coffee networkings. We have one tomorrow and then another one next week. And people go and they're like, oh, wow, it's so nice just to talk to people, and you talk business, and it's like your source of motivation and inspiration for a week or two.
There is so much value on the possibility of networking and learning from other people's experiences, their journey, what were the challenges that they went through, because it's a way of learning and avoiding those future challenges for your own businesses and stuff. So how do people connect? They go to Female Fusion on Facebook and they found your group there.
The best one is to go to femalefusionnetwork.com, and everything is on the website there. So if they go to femalefusionnetwork.com, everything is there. And it's nice, you know, the way that we say it is everybody has a place at the table, whether you don't even have a business and you're thinking about setting up, or you've had your business for 20 years and you have 100+ employees. Everybody has a place at the table, and they all support each other. It's amazing.
Great. So for everybody watching this webinar, go to Female Fusion Network website, sign in, have a look at the work that Jennifer is doing with her partner and the other people in her network. You will not miss anything by checking it out and seeing what they're doing. Jennifer, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Lorenzo.
We look forward to your feedback. Maria Conceicao, tudo bem? Hello. Hola. You're on mute, I think.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good to finally meet you. It's an honor to have you here. I've read about you for years now. You are tagged as the woman on top of the world through the book that you have and the incredible story that you have. I remember reading and seeing some videos about you, how you started as cabin crew at Emirates and your connection with Dhaka and how your whole story started. So please tell us a little bit about you and what you are up to right now, because I'm sure many of the people watching knew who you are, but I'm sure they would like to hear what you're up to now.
So hello, everyone. Jen, thank you for this opportunity. Lorenzo as well for having me here today. Hello, everyone. I'm Maria. I'm from Portugal. I came to Dubai in 2003 to be a flight attendant with Emirates Airlines. When I got a job with Emirates Airlines, I felt like I had won the lottery. I couldn't believe that I moved to Dubai and I was traveling to all these amazing destinations. And my life completely changed on a layover I did in Bangladesh. In 2005, I was asked by Emirates Airlines to drop 300 passengers in Bangladesh. And I had no idea as I landed in Dhaka that my life was going to change completely. I thought when I went to Bangladesh for the first time, I thought I had grown in poverty, that I came from very humble beginnings, but I didn't know what was the meaning of poverty until I reached Bangladesh. But what I was more sad about it was not seeing poverty, because people, they get very overwhelmed when they see poverty. For me, it was sad to see so much potential going to waste. So I decided to start helping children living in the slums of Dhaka and providing them with an education. Don't ask me how. I started with 39 children. I was supporting 39 children. The word of mouth came out, cabin crew, passengers, pilots, they were helping me, and it just exploded. So I started to help 98 kids. 98 kids became 200, and we started to help 600 children. I'm going to be honest, I had no idea how to help these people, but with a lot of help with volunteers, experts, I open a daycare center, preschool, primary school, secondary school, a computer center, a first aid center, a beauty salon. I started to teach the fathers and mothers of the kids how to read and write in their language. And then I started to train them how to speak English. And then I started to bring them to Dubai, some of the parents of the children, and I managed to find them employment in Emirates Airlines. In 2008, I don't know if people here in this chat, they've been here in Dubai, recession came, 2008, and I started running out of funding. So I started to do sports as a way to raise awareness and for people to know I existed, because I had 600 kids at the time. And, in the slums of Dhaka, you don't support a child with a roof over her head and food. That child probably will be forced into child labor and child marriages. So since then, I transformed myself into an athlete, and I became the first and only Portuguese woman to climb Everest. I became the first and only Portuguese woman to reach the North Pole, South Pole. To keep the momentum going, I transformed myself into a runner, swimmer, triathlete. So I have broken 8 Guinness World Records in running marathons, ultra marathons, and triathlons. Just to keep the project going. So at the moment, you asked me, how am I doing now? Last year during COVID-19, I brought 20 of these students. So 16 years later, some of the students, they're no children anymore. They're young adults. They're applying for universities and internships here in Dubai. So last year I brought a batch of 20 girls aged 18 to 20 to work in companies here in Dubai. Wow. They managed to save up money and they are going to university now in Europe. So this year I brought another batch of 20 ladies. They are currently living with me. And the youngest one is 9 years old, 9 to 15 years old. And I brought them here to study. Wow. And I have the first batch of mothers. I managed to empower children and the fathers, but not the mothers. So I brought 5 mothers, single moms, and we are teaching them how to read and write. And in 1 year's time, they will be ready for employment.
That's incredible. Look, I'm sure everybody is, we can see in the comments how people are writing. This is amazing, truly amazing work that you do. From our side, Maria, we would love to see how we can work together with you, support your initiatives, and support some of these people that you are bringing into Dubai. I know that you wrote a book recently. I think I want to talk to you about this book. Tell us about this book. Can we buy this book? Is it online? How does it work?
Yes, this is how I managed to bring these young ladies here and paid the whole costs. But they buy my biography. And we have 4 books. I'll send a link where you can buy the book via Zabuni. I'll send a link here.
All right, there's 5 books coming from Creative Zone. We're buying 5 books today on this, yeah?
Awesome.
And anybody that is watching this webinar, you have to buy this book. I've known Maria's work, and what you do is truly inspirational, Maria. I hope there were more people like you doing this kind of work. I would love to stay in touch with you and learn more what you do. And all of you that are here, I know many of you are already connected to Maria, but any ideas, any suggestions, any people that you can introduce to Maria, people that want to buy the book, it's truly welcome from any of you guys that are connected.
Let me give a big shout out, because I bring these young ladies from Bangladesh, and it's the first time away from the slums of Bangladesh, and I bring them here to Dubai, and they have to start internships in very good companies, prestigious companies. So sometimes I do a SOS call to Kelly, and I ask Kelly, transform my ladies. So she takes them shopping. She does a completely makeover, teach them how to do the grooming, the dressing, the styling, the hair, the makeup. So thank you, Kelly.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So how can people get in touch with you if they want to support and be part of what you do, Maria?
They can visit me on Instagram, Maria Trugrit.
Okay. Instagram, do you want to write it down also? Write it there so that people can see it. And my team, please copy this on the Facebook live chat as well so that people see this. Maria, we wish you all the best. It's incredible to have you here with us. I truly look forward to see how we can work more with you.
Thank you.
And similarly, we have Mary Christine. You also climbed Mount Kilimanjaro recently, I believe, for a cancer initiative. Tell us a little bit about you. There is some similarities in your story, but you are now dedicated to some other things related to wellness. Tell us a little bit about you.
Sure, no problem. Thank you so much, Lorenzo, and hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Mary, and I'm a nutrition coach. I'm a wellness entrepreneur. I am a founder of Be That Life, and I used to be a former executive. As Lorenzo mentioned, I climbed Kilimanjaro quite recently, actually, at the end of last year, and summited on New Year's Day. I also did that for a cause, and I climbed for an 8-year-old leukemia cancer patient. That was incredible because I think that really pushed my motivation to make it to the top. I'm not sure if any of you know, the weather in Kilimanjaro around that period was like negative 20 degrees. So it was really cold, really tough, suffering altitude sickness, really challenging your body, mind. It's really all a mindset at the end of the day. So that was quite an incredible experience. And then to have been able to raise the amount of money that I wanted to raise for the child was absolutely incredible as well. I got a ton of support from, all of my followers. We were in the media, a ton of support from people all over actually. And I feel quite blessed to have been given that opportunity to do that for someone else. So it was an incredible start to the new year for sure.
That's amazing, Mary. That's truly amazing. So with this new sort of entrepreneurial life that you have with this company, Be That Life, and this wellness, what it is exactly that you do, that you deliver for people?
So I moved away from a career in legal and finance of over 16 years because I really wanted to create a larger impact in the health and wellness space. I believe that it's an incredible thing to be able to change perception and change lives every day. It's, to be able to factor in health, healthy lifestyle, weight, and happiness into someone's perspective and accomplishments has been an incredible accomplishment for myself. To be able to create awareness and nutrition. It's such an integral part of our lifestyle every day. And, we work crazy hours as an entrepreneur, as an executive, as a mother, as a parent, in various different aspects of life. And I think above everything else, nutrition is such an important thing that everybody needs to be aware of, and to be able to really take it into their lifestyle in every day. So that's where I come in. I help a lot of corporates, I help a lot of individuals. I really try to change their mindset and their perception on the relationship with their food, how to create a better lifestyle, and to be able to sustain a lifestyle outside of a regular program that people kind of do this yo-yo dieting and trying to focus on, the short-term gain opposed to long-term gain. And it's really creating that kind of impact, not just within the UAE, because my business is global. So really in a global landscape and global perspective. So really it's just, it's that.
What would you say have been the major challenges that you've had in the last few months as you are trying to develop your business?
I think in terms of challenges, it hasn't really been a lot of challenges per se. I think more so that because of, during this period of COVID, and a lot of people are really been more aware and about health and nutrition, I think more people are inclined to really caring about their immune system, what they put into their bodies, trying to combat oxidative stress, and really focusing on trying to develop a platform for them and their families where they can kind of like really build on nutrition and the values to that. And I think in terms of challenges, the only thing I would say is I think a lot of people tend to really lose focus when it comes to, because of the 9-to-5 jobs and because of such a fast-paced environment. I think it's we live in such a city where everything is so easy and made easy for us. We can order food outside and order a cab. Everything is like a takeaway culture. Like not a lot of people really spend a lot of time to make, home cooked meals anymore, and to really develop kind of a systematic way of eating. And I think that's where I think most people facing challenges in, and for myself as well, and trying to explain that to people, that it's so important to be able to develop a program that will work best for them, and to be able to hire coaches like myself to just create an awareness for people to understand what's good for you, what's not good for you, what's impacting your emotional eating, what's creating stress in what's making you moody, what's creating like your relationships at work and not great relationships at work, what's creating insomnia, digestive problems, digestive issues, gut health, all of those kind of things, I think.
Yeah, excellent, Mary. Do you have a website or a link or a group or a page that you can share with everybody?
I do. Actually, people can reach out to me on my Facebook and Instagram. I will add my handle on the chat group.
With your email address as well. And Jennifer was talking earlier about yoga classes and stuff that they're doing. Maybe you guys should connect and see. I mean, I've seen Mary's pictures doing yoga in the parks and stuff with groups of people. We as Creative Zone would love to be part of a session of those. I really believe in this whole sort of idea of creating healthy individuals, because it impacts your day-to-day, as you're saying. So Jennifer, Mary, and all of you, see how you can all network with one another and sort of explore what you could do together.
Thank you, Lorenzo. Appreciate that.
Great. Saana, Azzam, good afternoon. How are you, dear?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Well, we've known about you for quite a while. We know that you are a Creative Zone client. We truly admire the work that you do, and with these speakers, MENA speakers company that you have. I used to have a magazine long time back called Leaders Middle East. I remember looking at the work that you were doing. I think we connected a few years ago, but nothing really came to fruition from that. But tell us your journey so far, what you've been up to, how is MENA Speakers doing? And I see that you're growing. Even you were telling me that you're looking into Saudi Arabia and other countries.
Oh, yes. Amazing. So let's just take it back a few steps. For those of you who don't know, I am raised in Sweden. So my parents are Palestinian, born in Germany, raised in Sweden, and then inside 5 other countries. And so somewhere early on in my career, around my 20s, for some reason, I got invited to show up as a speaker at conferences. And that really kickstarted a whole career as a speaker in my 20s. Like, that was pretty awesome. However, what I found was that on stages in Northern Europe, where I was mostly speaking, most of it was
audio. Yeah, are you using an external microphone?
No, I actually have a built-in microphone, an expensive one too, so it should be working. Is it still very like that?
Yeah.
You know what? You can just skip me and then I'll just switch a computer and go somewhere else. How about that?
Let's try that. Connect again, and we'll continue with someone else, and you come in again, because it's very, very noisy and it's not going to benefit your presentation. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, Cristina, Najera. Hi, Cristina. I met recently, not face to face, but she's from Ecuador. So we have another Latina in the house, apart from me being from Argentina. Cristina, hola, ¿qué tal? How are you?
Hello, how are you guys? Thank you so much, Lorenzo. I'm super honored to join you. Thank you, Creative Zone, for this amazing space for women. I'm super happy to be here and to share with you my journey and what I do. Well, I started to be an entrepreneur since I was 19 years old. I was studying business at college, and I saw that there are many problems in our society in general that needs to be solved. So when I was doing a project, I find out that in my country, one of the best products that we export to the worldwide, even here, are flowers. So I took these flowers and I did some market research, and I found out that there are many small farmers that they weren't able to send these flowers to other countries because they don't have enough knowledge or sources. So I put all of them together. I create a nice package, a nice design. I did all the branding. I create a company basically, and I put this in all over my country. So I started like that, just as a project. And two years later, I had the opportunity to travel to New York, where I was looking for a business partner. So I had like 200 interviews with different kind of people, like from 20 to 60 years old. And I finally got one after a long journey. But something that I was really looking into, it's not just about the funds. It was about the knowledge and about the willing to work with me in the business, because my vision was to connect the small farmers with people who got the flower, because each flower had a message from the farmer, and of course they got some percentage of the sale. So I was really happy to finally get the opportunity to start a business. And it wasn't in New York, actually it was in Los Angeles 1 year after. So we opened an online store and also a physical store in the W Hollywood. And it's how like everything started becoming digital, because we find out that we have more sales online. So I also learned how to create websites, how to, again, I create a new company with a different concept, because US is totally different from South America. So I have to do everything from scratch again. And I was really excited to continue that, to make this like globally. After 1 year, I came here to Dubai to do a business course only for 3 months. And within 2 weeks, I fall in love with the country. I fall in love with the people, with everything. And so I just took the decision to move here. I sold the company to my business partner, and I started to work for creating content and creating a marketing basically for huge companies as Microsoft, Dell, Lenovo, etc. So I fall in digital transformation, and I understood really well how it works. And with knowledge that I had from my country, South America in general, and from US, I developed a platform, that one that I just launched 2 weeks ago, which is Najer.com, .net, sorry, where I share the products that were the technology products, where people can find these products and make their life easier and more, and save time and money, which is what all we need. I saw this because nowadays everything is related to technology, and not all of us are willing to say yes, because people think technology is something that will take our place, or will take our job, but it's totally the opposite. Technology is something that is here to help us and to let us the time for enjoy with our family, if we know how to use it well. So I share some of the information in my website, and also working in a new platform that will connect people with, it's an e-marketplace for wellness, where my goal is that everyone in the world had access to a personal trainer, because with this situation with the COVID and so on, I saw that the prevention is better than after. Once you're sick, you need a doctor, and it's really hard to get over that. But nowadays, if you take care of yourself since the beginning, or you eat well, you do exercise, and now we have a lot of free content, sure, but I saw that we need something that is customized, that is personalized, because each of us has different lifestyle, different kind of food that we like to eat, and different exercise according to our bodies. So what I did now is I'm raising money for this company, and I'm really happy to help also to entrepreneurs, because I was in my college the president of the entrepreneurship club, and every time I see someone who is starting a company, I'm really happy to give them advice, to tell them what to do. And my main skill is marketing, digital marketing. So I'm super happy if you have any idea, or you already have your company and you don't know how to reach clients, to help you, because it's something that I really enjoy doing it. And I have a global vision because I had the opportunity to live in all over, and to see the world in a different perspective.
Excellent. Well, I can see that you're potentially looking for investors, for partners. I'm sure some of you ladies here on the panel or attendees looking at this, Christina is newly arrived in Dubai. She seems to know what she's talking about on anything that relates to e-commerce, to digital businesses. There's a lot of good trigger points to me there. Issues to do with selling Latin American products, flowers coming from Ecuador. I think there is a lot of potential on everything that you are discussing, Cristina. I think there could be a lot of people interested to sit down and have a coffee with you and see how your technology brain can, link with some of the ladies here. I'm sure, for example, Jennifer from Female Fusion, I'm sure she can introduce you to a lot of potential people within her network, some of the other people in the panel. I'm sure there's a lot of good potential, Cristina, for you to explore here in Dubai and with these amazing ladies on the group.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Give us your Instagram page and your website and things, put them there so that we can connect. Sorry, somebody else was saying something?
What is Christina's website or Instagram handle?
Yes, I will share with you now on the chat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Christina, we wish you all the best. And yeah, we look forward to staying in touch with you and learning more about what you do. Saana, you're back?
Oh yeah, new computer, new spot, I'm back. Can't get rid of me.
That painting is beautiful.
Thank you. How are you guys doing now?
Good. We hear you perfect.
Good. We can hear you well. Yeah. Yes, perfect.
Go ahead now.
Awesome. Oh, it happens. Well, you might be seeing my daughter like walk in. We just continue as usual. So just going back, answering your questions, Lorenzo, thank you for the introduction, by the way, and lovely to hear all of you. I'm sitting here taking notes and like, yes, this is great. We love Female Fusion. We love Maria Conceicao and what she's doing, and we love Kelly Lundberg's work. This is just amazing. So I'm excited to be learning more about what everyone's doing. MENA speakers, just to go back, I found that the idea came to me about 5 years ago, and it came on the basis of being an international or being a speaker out in Europe, in Sweden. And the issue with that was that often on stages, it was a lot of male and a lot of pale individuals on stage. No offense, Lorenzo, it's not personal. It describes my husband, so I have an affection to it. But I think that's a real issue with regards to diversity. I think it's a real issue with spotlighting expertise that looks in one specific way. And we know that that's what creates a glass ceiling. And that really that message was amplified as I continued as a banker. And really the same theme was just there, that very male leadership. So I felt like I had to do something about it. I wanted to spotlight unique, diverse, minority voices. And that's why I set up MENA speakers, to really do that justice and showcase the Renaissance movement of all these awesome people in this part of the world. And then with God's grace, we're going on 5 years, which is incredible. I'm mega happy about that. And so I'm moving into the next frontiers of things. Yes, we're providing motivational speakers, inspirational speakers to the stages around the whole region. But now we're also moving into a written medium. One of the initiatives that we have is a collaborative book where we bring together 30 amazing women sharing an inspirational story in a book format. And so the next one's called She Dares, because she still dares and she's still doing, daring things, and she's bold. So that's what we're doing at the moment. The other thing is I moved into the tech space as well, and really democratizing the speaker's world and showcasing that expertise is something that you can easily get in contact with through a few clicks. You can get somebody's advice, an advisor and expertise. And there's a platform called Experts Market that we've been building it for a while. And so the next frontier for us is to also bring investors on board to really scale up and create a dent in the world. And so at this stage, we have had quite nice traction on the platform, of about 55 transactions, a few 100,000 that have come through, which is incredible for being in beta stage. And yeah, just looking to find more amazing ways to spotlight incredible human beings, incredible individuals. And my heart belongs to spotlighting incredible women with great stories in particular. You're on mute, Lorenzo. Let's hear you. I see you excited and moving, but I can't hear it.
sorry for that. I was saying these concepts of creating content platforms and coaching platforms, they've really taken off in the last 1 or 2 years, right? And there is a lot of interest in this. We were partnering recently with one company that seems to be doing really well, where they're teaching people how to set up from A to Z an e-commerce company. So you will go into this platform and you'll have these 30 sort of tutorial videos that you can watch that will teach you everything. I'm sure in your space, in this issue of coaching, of speaking, motivational speakers, I'm sure there is something around that. Is this what you're talking about that you're looking to build?
Yes, I mean, we're talking expert advisory. It's almost like micro marketing. So if I'm trying to figure out how I can implement Basel III for my fintech company or for my financial services provider, then you have that one person, that guy, Johnny Collin, who has spent his whole career mastering that. Click, you can connect with him. And then he can provide that advisory formally, informally over a voice over IP call that is built into the system, and you can have that conversation through the platform. Or say, I am curious if I should be wearing this today, then I'll just click, Kelly, what do you think? Like, is this okay for a webinar? And then she can give me that advice. But there is a transaction in between because her time is valuable and her expertise is valuable. So I should pay for that. That's the bare minimum energy exchange we should be having. So that's really what it is. It's an expert advisory, whatever that is that you're looking for. You're meant to be able to connect with a person and then have a conversation with them for a minor fee.
Sounds great. I saw you took part recently of something organized by the Dubai Chamber of their entrepreneurship arm, the Startup Hub, I think it's called, where you were presenting and looking again for partners, for investors, correct? Are you in the mode of looking to partner up with people, to find people to invest with you?
Well, I'm looking for smart money. God has been graceful and we've really worked hard. So we're looking for smart people, like smart money that can invest and help us scale up and really understands our value system of what we're doing. We're here to be of service to individuals. We're here to really amplify them in any shape or form, whatever they're looking to do. So yeah, I'm looking for that type of collaboration. I'm actually always looking for that type of collaboration, not just now, every day of the week, because I think we grow and we rise together.
Yeah. What are you looking to do in Saudi Arabia? You were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of nice traction in Saudi. And actually for the past few years, I have been trying to establish an actual business so I can set up a team and build it there. But it's been, and they know that, and I've spoken to the ministries there. They're aware of the red tape and the issues that are there. It's been an IQ test and a half. So I kind of moved 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, and that's been the case. But I heard, Creative Zone, here's a plug for you. I heard that you've solved that, Lorenzo.
Correct. We recently started helping and supporting investors to set up their businesses in Saudi. So we're happy to jump on a call and any of these days and tell you a little bit more on how we can support you with that.
Brilliant. Love it.
Great. Saana, we look forward to keep in touch. Everybody looking at this webinar, connect with Saana. Saana, where can people connect with you? Is it your website? Can you put your website there, your Instagram, your email address?
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite quick on all social media. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, my email, I'll just drop it here. And happy to help if you have any questions at all. Like, I love connecting with people. So if it's just like, how can I be a speaker with you, to how can I make money as a speaker, or how can I be part of the book or anything like that, just connect.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Saana. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Harleen Kaur. How are you, Harleen?
Hi, Lorenzo. How are you?
How's everything?
It's good. It's good. It's very good, and I'm loving Dubai.
Good. You are the founder of Social Mix. Tell us a little bit about
Yes.
it.
So it is called Social Mix. It's social with the E, and we started recently in back in December with Creative Zone, and it has been wonderful. And Social Mix is a marketing agency, and it is a transition for me also. It is my first business as an entrepreneur, and I was working as a in a marketing agency before, and came from a background where I was working in finance, design, and you say like photography, and content creation is one of my passion, and I found it few years back when I was creating content for my own social media, as every young people do. And when I started my marketing agency, I wanted to get these things to the people also. I wanted to use my passion to help other entrepreneurs, other brands, and I wanted to get this new kind of marketing to Dubai. And I wanted people to see that, okay, marketing cannot be boring, advertisement cannot be boring. You don't need to skip the ads. You can maybe have fun looking at ads the way I do. So this is what I wanted to bring through Social Mix in Dubai, and I'm looking at the other countries. If you look at Australia, South Africa, you look at USA, you see how marketing is so different there. And this is what I want to bring, and I am loving it. It has only been what 4-5 months now, and it is wonderful. Speaking with other people, connecting with other entrepreneurs, connecting with so many different kind of businesses. And Social Mix is all about connecting with different entrepreneurs, and we have been working with big brands who are doing different things, who are making these technological apps, or they are bringing different foods to the market from their own native land, and creating content for those people. It's just amazing, and I would love to connect with everyone here. It is really good, nice meeting you, everyone. It's really wonderful.
Excellent, Harleen. Look, I can say there's not enough content that anybody, whether you're an entrepreneur, a startup, a company, that you can ever put out. I mean, I think we have about 3 different agencies running content for us, and I feel that we're even still not doing enough. Nowadays, if you're not producing content, if you're not telling your story, if you're not writing articles, if you're not appearing on the press, in the media, videos, you're not going to be able to put out your story, your brand out there. And I see that this is one of the major mistakes that many entrepreneurs and many startups don't really get from the beginning. Many people have a good product, something good to offer, but they don't know how to communicate it. They don't produce enough content. They don't have smart ways of advertising what they do.
That's
so
true.
People need your type of service. We really wish you all the best. Tell us how we can connect more with you, how we can explore working with you. Some of these ladies here are entrepreneurs. I recommend you all to connect with Harleen and see.
That would be lovely, actually.
Tell me what kind of content you can produce, what kind of adverts you can produce. Emilie, for your health type of recruitment company, I'm sure you need.
Definitely.
Right?
She's on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, Norris, it was wonderful to find out about you. And yeah, I look forward to connecting with you.
Yes, definitely. You can contact me at my email ID at info@socialmix, and we are on all major social media platforms. And as we have to be, because it is one of our core service. And we love creating content, and this is one of my biggest passion, So love to connect with each and every one of you, and love to be a part of your entrepreneurial journey.
Put your links there and your email.
Sure, definitely. I'll put that in the chat.
Put them there, yeah.
Definitely. Thank you for introducing me.
Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to know more about you.
Thank
All right,
you.
Shraddha, how are you, Shraddha? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. I am in great company. Thank you so much.
I can see you are connected already with some of the ladies. Jennifer is studying you, and you guys are talking, so you need to have a bit of a connection here going on as well.
Yes. I've been lucky to be a Dubai resident for 15 years. So, it's been a great journey, and I've met a lot of amazing people throughout the years. including, you know, Kelly and Jen and Saana. We've always met around in town. So yeah.
Good, good. So tell us a little bit what you're up to now and sort of your entrepreneurial journey.
So I came to Dubai 15 years ago on a holiday. It was supposed to be a summer holiday of like 3 months. I came from India. I was supposed to go to the UK for my master's. And it just happened to be a 15-year-old holiday that is still ongoing. I just always dreamt of opening my own company. And I have barely done, I think, 1.5 job up until now. And I set up my first company at 21. And through Gen and Female Fusion, actually, this is why you saw me nodding so much from that conversation, was I met my recent business partner and I set up my 4th business called 1115 Inc., which is a full service e-commerce consulting company.
Okay. And you're consulting e-commerce businesses in sort of how to go digital, or is it for already established type of e-commerce companies?
We are for both. I mean, for the last 8 years, I've had a PR and marketing firm called White Label as well, which is still ongoing, thankfully. But my biggest pain point for most of my clients has been e-commerce or websites. I think there are great platforms available, but it is often a very daunting task, whether to go with Shopify or WooCommerce or Magento, or do I build a custom built website? And I feel like I always give the example, of if you have a car and you have little or no knowledge about cars and you go to a mechanic, you're kind of at the mercy of that person. So this is where we come in. We literally project manage end to end, starting from firstly understanding the needs of the business. What is the client looking for? Why are they looking of, setting up online? What are the business requirements? And then suggesting them a platform. Because we have no affiliation with any kind of platforms or agencies, etc., our advice is quite unbiased. And my business partner, Aishwarya Chari, that I met at Female Fusion, she has 10 years of e-commerce business experience as well. So it's us yin and yang. I look at visuals and branding and marketing side of business, and Aishwarya looks at functionality and user experience, and it's really providing that full end-to-end project management to our clients.
I guess that even for the e-commerce type companies, really the bottleneck is on the issue of marketing and promotion of those sites and platforms, right? Because nowadays, I think there is so much out there in terms of places and platforms where you can buy things. But I guess the issue is, how do you put this across to the users that will eventually click on that and purchase those things, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a crowded space, and there is just so much out there that often people feel overwhelmed. Even in the case of, like, when you mentioned that, is it for brand new businesses or people or businesses that are already online? So in case of someone who's already got an existing e-commerce business, we still come in as their internal business auditors. We look at the site, maybe why is it loading slowly? What do we need to do in terms of marketing, in terms of changes? There's a whole customer UX experience in terms of colors and alignment of text and font and all of that goes into place and plays on the psychology of the consumer. So it's a lot that goes in behind the scenes.
Any of the big brands that you have helped in developing their e-commerce platforms?
So currently we have a lot of exciting projects going on. We are currently about to launch in a month's time a first homegrown specialty Emirati-owned grocery cum specialty store, which will be addressing all kinds of diets from keto, gluten-free, etc. And then it's a huge versatile client. So we have another one, which is a luxury store, homegrown luxury store as well, furniture. We've serviced a client in Abu Dhabi in terms of luxury jewelry. Currently now we're working on a pharmaceutical project, which will be first of its kind e-health platform that we'll be working on as well. Due to confidentiality, we can't reveal exactly the names until the projects go live. And often we operate as our clients' in-house team and auditors, etc. So that's, yeah, a lot of it.
I'm sure Christina might have some interest in chatting with you and exploring a little bit about, what you do and Christina's sort of experience on this field, right? Christina, maybe there is something to explore there with Shraddha.
Yes.
I think
we can be in touch. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of you. And as my journey as an entrepreneur, 15 years in the UAE, I've grown mainly with connections and networks. So thank you so much for this evening. It's mainly happened because, you know, of all of these kind of meetings and meeting a lot of people. I've totally been self-sustained and self-financed and self-invested in whatever I've opened, but that's all been thanks to the community of meeting people. Yeah.
No, and we hope that this is going to give a lot of exposure to everybody. We are live on Facebook. There is 50 people connected on the Zoom link as well. They are listening to your stories. Tell us, show us your links there, put your website, your email address, include your details there. From our side, from Creative Zone, we set up about 20 to 30 new e-commerce companies every month. And these are new businesses that are looking to, you know, get into the field of e-commerce. I'm sure there is a lot of, you know, collaboration opportunities between what you do and how you can support some of the Creative Zone clients that we have in, you know, becoming better at selling and launching their businesses on this e-commerce field.
Absolutely. We would love to.
Definitely. Let's take this conversation forward outside as well. Thank you, Shraddha. Nice
I look forward to it. Nice to meet you. Nice to see all the ladies here.
You too.
Dawn, how are you, Dawn? Good afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
Good to meet you. How's everything?
Yes, good, yeah. It's great to be here and meet you all and hear all these inspiring stories.
You're also involved in the digital world, right? You have a company called Leaders in Digital. So tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, of course, I'd love to. So, well, a bit about myself first. So I'm originally from UK, from Newcastle to be exact. I'm a Geordie. And I moved over to Dubai. It's about 6.5 years. It doesn't feel like it. And I set up Leaders in Digital it was around 4 or 5 years ago. And the reason why I set up Leaders in Digital is because previous to that, I was working in a data consultancy. And after working in digital marketing for 19 years, I had some systems in place, really, that made my job a lot easier. I got results faster and I was able to leave earlier because I had fulfilled everything using these systems. After working on all different kind of platforms, like for SEO, social media, Google Ads, and I was like kind of looking at it from like an analytical, holistic perspective, using all the tools in ways that people maybe working on the platforms siloed might not see. And when I moved to Dubai, I saw that so many people were putting so much effort into their social media and putting so much time into their digital marketing, either whether that's so much time learning or trying. And I just thought that there's got to be like something that I can do to help, because it's a case of just knowing where to look and at data and feeding that in, putting the power behind everything that you do, so that when you actually do the work, it's the right thing. And so what I did when I moved to Dubai is I put together a 7-step digital marketing system, because I was like, I need to get this word out there to people. And I was still working full time at the time. And so I started to do free workshops just to help people, just to get this word out there that actually there is an easier way. And from there, with Creative Zone, this was one of my first workshops that I did with you when I set up with you like 4 or 5 years ago. And from there, it moved to then teaching at universities and teaching students, to teaching online, to teaching globally. And then now Leaders in Digital is at a point where I have a team of 8, and we have clients globally. And we are able to manage the full process for clients from A to Z, not just training, across any platform, but it doesn't matter what kind of business it is, this data process can be injected into any business. And my aim with Leaders in Digital is just to get this information out to as many people as possible.
Interesting. So nice to hear the journey of growth, that you've grown your team into a bigger team and that you're operating globally. How do you reach out to potential clients? How do you reach out to your network of people around the world that could be needing your services?
Yeah, well, you know, being virtual really helps, because and you know, that was one of the things that that I learned over the past year as well, is actually this makes it a lot easier to get this word out. But one of the things that has been apparent to me is, even though it's global, it's still word of mouth. People tell people that they've either worked with us or seen a webinar, and it's helped them. Maybe there's just been one nugget of information that's helped them change the way they see digital marketing and how they use the tools. And that, when people are happy and fulfilled, then that word continues. So a lot of it is word of mouth.
Yeah. Excellent. Don't show us your links and your website.
Yeah,
your
will
email.
do. Absolutely.
I'll more about what you do and how we could potentially, all of us, network and work with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd love to offer everyone that's on the call as well a free strategy session with myself.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, just drop me an email and we can set it up.
That's brilliant. We like this.
Yes, of course.
Special promos and special packages, special deals.
Absolutely.
Good.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you.
As well.
Nice to meet you. Kelly, hi, good afternoon.
I'm ready. I've been waiting all afternoon, and then I was like, I need to unmute. Hi, everyone. So great to be part of this, hear all your stories, and just connect with so many of you again. Maria, so much fun we had with the girls last year. She actually messaged me directly saying the girls I took out last year and took them shopping and we did the makeover are now at university in Europe. So I'm super happy. Dawn, just hearing your success, I just love it. Dawn and I have worked together for the past 2 years. And yeah, it's just, it's fabulous. So thank you so much for having me here. So funnily enough, I actually flew with Maria back in 2004, maybe, at one of my very last trips. So I've been out in the UAE for the past 18 years. I was also cabin crew with Emirates. Which was a wonderful it was a wonderful career. And I really get annoyed when people get, you know, a bit down about it, because Maria was like, yeah, it was great. We traveled the world. It was an awesome career for the couple of years that I did it. And when you're in your early 20s, what more could you want? Waking up in Bangkok, the next time you're in London, shopping in New York. I mean, fabulous. But there was just something I wanted to do more. And as I kind of chatted to passengers on a flight, it was like, I was always helping them when they came to Dubai about how to, where to shop, what they should be buying. So one Friday afternoon, on the back of a napkin, I decided to sort of take those ideas and all those things I was chatting to passengers about and start to write a business plan. And it was on the back of a napkin in the Mazanat Jumeirah. And I had progressed, by the way, to a notebook. But, you know, but whatever you can write on, this didn't really fit in a handbag in those days anyway. So yeah, back in 2005, I launched the Middle East's first personal shopping and styling agency. So I kind of hung up my wings and was like, right, do you know what? I'm going to embrace this. And, you know, I've met so many of you, and Female Fusion has been such an incredible source of connections, and even more so now as I'm in this sort of next chapter, which I'll get to for the clients that I work with. So yeah, super fortunate. I set up a couple of businesses. I sold my styling agency 2 years ago. So that allowed me, you know, I'd really kind of, I had worked with some incredible people. You know, when you've worked with royalty, when you've dressed people for the red carpet, when you've helped people's confidence, I have probably bought every single thing out of Zara, out of Bloomingdale's. I flew to Saudi. I've, done workshops over there. I worked with royalty over there. Like it was incredible, but it was time to kind of package everything that I'd been working on, which was business, which was personal development, which was style. And to me, that really is an entire representation of personal brand. So over the last 2 years, I've really been pulling that together, and I built my own personal brand while I had my business, knowing one day I wanted to sell my business. I always had that goal. And I didn't want to sell my business knowing, well, what do I go to next? So back in 2012, I started my personal brand, and I've been working on it. So now I share with those that I mentor, those that I work with, it's really about how your personal brand can increase your bottom line. I mean, that's it at the end of the day. And Lorenzo, you hit the nail on the head when you were like, people have a wonderful product, they have a great service, maybe they're great with people, but they really hide behind their business. And it's just like, oh, you are the best asset for your best asset in the business, and people buy from people that they like, they know, they trust, the stories, all of that is there. And now in 2021, where we are digital in how we communicate with people, your representation online is by far the most important thing you've got out there. And if you go and Google yourself and you're not happy with what's out there, then it's time to change. And that is what, if you can see, I'm a little bit passionate about it. Yeah, that's what I'm working on now. So I mentor incredible women like Dawn, and they're getting incredible results. So. And I was one of your first under 100. I think I was like 89 or something, the business to sign with Creative Zone. So I've been with you since the beginning.
That's amazing. I love your story, Kelly. And I love how all of this is coming together. You see, we're talking about digital, we're talking about personal branding. We're talking about how do we communicate who we are, our brand on this digital world. It's all coming together. I have a couple of interesting questions. Number one, does Dubai have a good image on the global stage of style? How is Dubai seen? Are we seen as stylish people? Or, I mean, I'm not a Dubaian, I'm saying Dubai in general, in the way that people dress up.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of points on that, because I think people do look at Dubai. I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, people there are so stylish. My vibe is people looking in would go, wow, people there have so much money, they really dress up. And they don't always necessarily associate that with style. And we all know that money doesn't buy style. So I think on the outset, people do look at it and go, wow, overall, it's a stylish place because everything's new. When we're talking about in general, everything's new, everything's shiny. There's a lot of 5-star. And people do make a bit more effort here. And the reason people make a bit more effort is a number of things. There's a little bit maybe more disposable income. We wear less clothes here than we do. Like, people in the winter in the UK, in Scotland, you can get away with owning one coat and no one else sees anything else except for that one coat. So I think there is that bit more pressure because, and you go out more because the weather's nicer. So if you turned up in that same winter coat all winter, people would be like, it's a bit weird. Yeah. So that would kind of be my thoughts on that. I think there's other places that people might say, wow, super stylish. And I think Kuwait actually is one of the places in terms of like the forefront and style and how women are really taking modest wear, but making it like super stylish. And that I love.
One thing that I'm not familiar with or I haven't seen, do we have any sort of global fashion brands that have come up from Dubai and that are well known internationally?
From Dubai? Not that I know of, not that I can think of. I mean, certainly in style, no. I mean, you've got Huda from Huda Beauty. So yeah. Certainly from the makeup side, yes. But yeah. I actually from style, unless I'm missing one, anyone else can jump in. But I would say not Dubai in general.
Good. All right. How do we connect with you, Kelly? Can you share your email address, your website? In fact, there was somebody else asking for Dawn's email address. I think you included it there, Dawn. There was an attendee asking for your details. Kelly, include your details there as well. We would like to learn more. Any promotions that you want to give out to our audience?
Oh, of course. I've got a little free training. So I'm going to put the link in that and you can all watch it. And if for those, and this is the thing, just a quick point on the personal brand, because those that are watching may not be business owners, and everyone has a personal brand. So whether you're an entrepreneur or an employee, if you want to progress, then it is something that you should consider investing time in. So I'll send a wee free training that you can watch 20 minutes in your own time. And I really hope it helps you all. And it's so good to connect with you and chat with you all on Instagram. It's been good fun.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thanks, Lorenzo.
I'd like to connect with you. I want to see if you can work on my personal brand. We'll discuss. Good. All right, Christine, how are you, dear? I'm sorry for the late ones. I know it's a bit long and dragging. I think we've done well with the timing. It's 6:13. I think we've done really well, guys. Thank you so much for the ones that had to wait a little bit. But it's all coming together. So Christine, so much.
It's all good. It's all good. Thank you everybody for staying in and giving us a chance to speak out today. I'm very honored to be among these incredible women and to hear their stories. It's very inspiring. So I would like to add a few notes from my own journey as an entrepreneur. Actually, I represent and I'm proud to represent Sandbox Creatives. We are a team of passionate, dedicated, and talented storytellers, I would say. And I'm an accidental entrepreneur. I've been in Dubai since 2009. Prior to that, I was with Warner Music in the Philippines. I was doing strategic marketing for Warner back at home, and I just felt like I needed something, more. And Dubai seemed like a place where I can get more of that. And I moved here again with another entertainment company, but things started to change. As a lot of us have mentioned, everything has gone on digital, and as we've seen the past year, the transformation to digital has really been fast moving and has turned our lives around. And I feel like that's how we as content creators now have the challenge to tell better stories, to tell more authentic stories, to connect with not just with each other. I mean, we see our clients as collaborators. We see our team as creators who collaborate. Really our tagline is play, share, create. And so we play with ideas. We share those ideas together and to create an ideal world and a world where we all participate and for us to be able to help our customers, our clients tell their story. And some of those who were fortunate to be trusted by some top lifestyle brands, I would quite mention a few, like we've started with Sofitel, we've had Jumeirah on board, we've had Reebok. If you will have the chance to look at our Instagram, I'm really proud of the stuff that our team has done. And the way I see it is that we are not an agency, or not in a traditional sense, but we are kind of because coming from an entertainment background, we're kind of an artist label that we represent creative work, and we would like to tell better stories for our collaborators. So if you're interested in telling that story and getting that story out, and at the moment, as Lorenzo have mentioned earlier, there's not enough content in the game. Like, you need to always be on your toes, creating stories, connecting with people. And now that we are on digital, the game has changed overnight. And we would like to help you guys and everybody who is interested in learning about telling a story. And as Kelly has mentioned as well, you have your own personal brand and you have your own story inside you. And we're just here to help get that story out there as much to a wider audience, and to to basically help connect people. So yes, Sandbox Creatives, You can find us on, actually our best work is on YouTube and in Instagram. So we have Instagram Sandbox TXP and we have Sandbox Creatives on YouTube, and we're in the process of changing our website. So I've seen some ladies around here whose expertise is more in e-commerce, and that's something that I will be interested in as well. Yes, so we're happy to be in good company, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
That's amazing, Christine. Share your details there on the chat. Include your YouTube page, your email address, your website. I like that you're talking about play and fun. I agree that a lot of the brands nowadays need to incorporate this element of fun and play a lot more. Recently, we did a video shoot here at the office, and we were doing these silly videos on people dancing. And
right.
Nowadays, the people that are having all sort of the views are these crazy people on TikTok and people creating content that is a bit silly, is a bit playful, is a bit fun. And I think brands are not using this enough, right?
Right. I mean, in a way, like the platforms, we have a lot more platforms to share our stories to the world. And as you said, TikTok is really taking off, and now Instagram has Reels. And I feel like most people, to get that authentic story out, the more authentic you are, the more you connect with your audience, with your market, the more they trust you. And so we need to build better stories like that. Businesses need to learn how to be authentic and how to have fun and how to play with ideas. And so, yes, definitely agree with you on having fun. And I think Creative Zone has been very active in making fun content, I think, I would say.
Include your details there. We'd like to get to know your work and check your YouTube page and what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Ladies, this has been an incredible session. Thank you for all of those that started earlier and that they stay behind, for the earliest speakers. And it's been really amazing to hear all your stories. I feel I really know you all. We've been here for an hour. It's been better than going out on a pub or on a restaurant and sharing some drinks. I truly look forward to maybe engaging more with all of you. I will even put my email address here so that anybody can write to me as well. Anybody that is within our area, pass by to our office at Creative Zone. We would like to have a coffee with you, see what it is that you're doing more, see how we can work with you. Everybody, a lot of the clients that we have need a lot of the work that you guys do. So we're happy to expose this more to our network. I'll put my email address here. Any final comments from anybody as I write my email? Anybody would like to say something?
Thank you so much for this. I'm really grateful to be part of this event, and I'm really looking forward to connecting with all the ladies afterwards as well. I really want to stay in touch with everybody.
Perfect, Emilie. Thank you for that. My email is there somewhere.
Thank you, Lorenzo, again for put us together, and also congratulations for the marketing that you are doing. Honestly, I would like to share with you why I choose your company, because I did market research to open my new business, and the only reason, one of the reasons, of course, that I choose you is because you were offering a packaging for Valentine's Day. So I get like I choose you. This is one. So I just wanted to say that you are really doing really well in terms of marketing, and I also see like other stuff that you are doing, and compared to other companies, you have a really competitive advantage in terms of marketing. So keep going and keep creating nice content.
Thank you so much, Cristina. That's very kind of you. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Good, good. Anybody else? Anything? Nothing? Are we good?
It's be good.
All right. Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure. And we keep in touch, yeah? Thank you for all the attendees.
Bye. Thanks, Lorenzo. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.